G'day there, Adrian D'Amico here, business coach and founder of Social Media Breakthrough. Talking to you today with tips on how to be natural in a video. So stay tuned. Okay, so this video is another video that I was listening to the other day by Frank Kern. If you don't know who Frank Kern is, look him up. He's awesome in this digital space. He's got a bucket load of videos that can really help you with your digital marketing. But for today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to be natural in a video. Now, the thing is that what I've been trying to hone in on my clients, the businesses that I coach, in my workshops, in my social media boot camps, my one-day workshops that I teach, is really the importance of video. And the reality of it is that with the mobile device, the way it is, how many people are streaming, you look on Facebook and YouTube and things like that, the user base, the subscriptions, how many things are live streaming now. It's just a necessary component to your marketing. It has to be done, in my opinion. It's a way of the future and you've really got to embrace it. So what I'm going to do today is just help you with some of the things that I do to make myself relaxed and feel natural and come across to you, the listener, I hope, with an impression that you can now relate to me. You can see that things are free flowing. You can see that it's quite natural and unscripted. And I'm hoping that we develop some sort of a communication, a bond, and I guess a knowing, a liking, and a trusting towards each other, so that one day we can hopefully do business together. And really, isn't that what everyone wants in business? So look, here's the steps that I go through that will really help you in, I guess, putting this all together. All right? So here we go. The first things first, when you are putting together a video, you really have to know in your own mind what it is you're going to say. Now, I personally avoid scripts. Every video that I've done, it has been unscripted, meaning I don't have a teleprompter behind me, I don't have things on the floor, I've got nothing in front of me or around me to trigger what I'm going to say. This is all ad lib, all off the cuff. It's everything that's coming out of my mind and flowing through my body. Now, that may sound amazing to you, but it's actually not, because really I would hope that you're delivering some information on a product, a service, something that you know. So if you're an expert in your field, then this should be natural to you. I think the reason why it becomes unnatural is because of this thing right in front of me, which is the camera. For some reason, people in their everyday lives, they're talking to their mum, their dad, their brothers, their sisters, their work colleagues, their friends and family, all that kind of stuff, and they're natural as, they're relaxed, they are themselves, they have, tonality in their voice, they've got expression on their face. But as soon as the camera goes on, they stand and they just become this robot, Hi, I'm Adrian D'Amico and I'm talking to you today, and they're swaying and they're sort of, leaning on one hip and all this kind of stuff, and it's just totally unnatural. So here's the first step, is to actually plan out what you're going to say before you say it. I would either write this down in my journal or I'd put it up on a whiteboard, and I'd sort of mark out the things that I want to discuss in the video that I'm about to do. And I guess walk through a particular timeline as such as, I want to take my prospect, my buyer, my potential customer from this point to this point. But then there's some necessary steps in between. So the first things first is map out what you want to say. The second step is when you actually get in front of the camera. Now, I'm here in my studio, I've got a couple of lights and the camera set up, and the white backdrop and all those sorts of things. So it may seem like this is, pretty fancy, but it doesn't have to be this way. It can be outside, it can be in your office, it can be on your iPhone, your iPad, or your tablet, whatever it might be. But really, once you get in front of the camera, you really need to put yourself in a position where you can speak confidently. And the way I do this is I basically adjust my position and my stance. So I stand shoulder width apart. my toes are slightly out on a, not on a 45, but just slightly out. My hips come forward and my shoulders back, down and relaxed. Now, to me, what this does, it creates, I guess, a bit of a physiology where your body's in a state where you feel confident. If you were to do this exercise now, where you stand up and you put your feet shoulder width apart, you put your hips forward and you roll your shoulders back, automatically you feel confident and you feel like you're in a position, I guess, of power. I don't want to use that word, I guess, loosely, but in a sense, you've got to feel confident on the camera, and by putting yourself in that state, that'll allow you to feel that way. Step number Step number three is you need to, I guess, sort of fire yourself up. Now, this is going to sound crazy, it's going to look ridiculous, but really you don't see this, because every time I do it and I get myself into a position where I want to feel like I'm ready to deliver a message and I'm ready to switch on, I want to send this sort of, neurological connection to my brain that says, Adrian, we're on, and we're going to deliver this message, and we're going to do it with passion. We're going to show how enthusiastic we are, and we're going to deliver it in such a way that people are going to get the message and really impact their lives. That's what I do. Okay, so the way I do it is I create what's called an anchor. And I've learned this from Tony Robbins and some NLP trainers and things like that, where you basically are doing some sort of a gesture, some sort of a movement that puts you in a position where you're G'd up, okay? And funnily enough, that's what I do. I kind of like clasp my hands together, and sometimes I'll hit my legs, boom, ready to go. I know this sounds mad and you're probably laughing, which you should, but the thing is that, when I'm in a position, and I liken this to when I go to the gym. So if I'm ready to bust out some heavy weights, I put myself in a position where I need to be confident under that weight, and I'm going to charge out. And you see a lot of power lifters and people like that do it. They fire themselves up. You see footballers do it. You see many athletes do it. It's the same for this. If you want to do it, try it. It works for me. It should work for you. Put yourself in a position where you're now standing confidently, and then you anchor yourself so your body knows, your mind and body connection says, rightio, we're ready to fire off. Okay, the fourth step is really not so much a step, but just a realization and an acknowledgement that at the end of the day, from the moment that you were born, you've been around people. You've been in a position where, you're talking to your friends, you talk to family, you meet new people, you're in different situations and things like that. So you are a natural communicator anyway. For those of you who are a little bit more introverted, then I understand that this can seem like a scary prospect to you. But really, you do this every day. The idea scares the shit out of people because they're going up online and they're, I guess, subjecting themselves to ridicule and to criticism and things like that. But if you come from a position of intent without fear of outcome, okay? I learned this from a good mate of mine, Jamie Stenhouse, okay? He's an internet marketer, young bloke, top guy. And he said in a blog once, and I think it was a video blog, where it was, intention without fear of outcome, meaning that you've got an intention in your mind that you're going to serve your customer this way, and you're going to impart value into their lives. And you don't give a shit really what anyone else thinks, because it doesn't matter whether this video gets seen by 10 people, 1 person or 100 people. It doesn't matter. The intention is that you're going out there to serve your community, serve your customer, add value to their lives, and be in a position where you are now contributing useful information, not the usual crap that you see on YouTube about, cats doing stupid things and things like that. This is not what you're about. You're about providing information, tips, hints, powerful things that people can learn from you and establish yourself as the expert in your field. Now, when you come from a position of, that's my mission, that's my service, that's what I'm trying to do, things all of a sudden start to make sense, and you don't need to worry about what anyone thinks. You just need to deliver that message. Okay, I hope this video has served you. If you need any more help or hints, please just go to my website, www.adriandamico.com.au, and hey, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See ya. Ooh, fan goes off. Woo! Let's do this. Yeah. All right.